Okay, so life feels like a lot right now, doesn't it? Work pressure, arguments with people you love, curveballs you never saw coming. It's a lot. But here's the thing. There's an old way of thinking about all of this, one that's held up for over 2,000 years, and it basically hands you a way to stay steady no matter what's swirling around you. That's Stoicism. Not some dusty academic idea, a genuinely practical toolkit for handling your emotions and your reactions so you can actually live better. So today, let's dig into 10 Stoic principles that can honestly shift how you handle the ups and downs of everyday life. These aren't abstract philosophy class theories. They are tools you can pick up and use today. Whether you're dealing with a rocky relationship, feeling buried under responsibilities, or just craving a bit more meaning in your day-to-day, Stoicism's got something for you. Stick with me, because by the end of this, you'll have real, usable ways to build a kind of calm confidence that doesn't depend on what life throws at you. And hey, if this resonates, hit subscribe. Now let's get into it. 1. Have a firm sense of purpose. Picture sailing out into open water with no destination in mind. You're just drifting. Every gust of wind, every wave, pushes you wherever it wants. That's what life looks like without a clear purpose. Directionless, at the mercy of everything around you. Epictetus put it simply: hardship reveals character, and the tougher the struggle, the more meaningful it is to overcome it. That's not just a nice quote. It's a call to actually do something. A firm purpose works like a compass. It doesn't just show up one day. It's built through honest reflection on what actually matters to you. Not just career milestones or trophies, but the values you want your life to stand on. What do you stand for? Who are you trying to become? Those are the real questions. Once you've nailed that down, it becomes an anchor. Life will still throw punches, that's guaranteed. But with purpose behind you, those punches turn into stepping stones instead of walls. When your goals are crystal clear, even the huge stuff starts to look manageable. Just the next step on a longer path. And look, this clarity doesn't fall in your lap. It takes real, sometimes uncomfortable honesty. Digging past the surface level wants to find what's actually driving you. That might mean rethinking your direction entirely, dropping old habits, picking up new ways of seeing things. It's ongoing work. Once you've found that purpose, the next job is protecting it, showing up for it daily, pushing through the rough patches, treating setbacks as just part of the process, rather than proof you're on the wrong track. Think of your purpose as a lighthouse. It guides you, sure, but it also keeps you steady when the waves get rough. A kind of life raft when your emotions threaten to pull you under. So, take some time. Sit with your purpose. Write it down. Let it become the thing that anchors you through the storms. 2. Guard your mind. When someone hurts or offends us, our first instinct is usually to want to hit back. Totally natural. But here's where Stoicism offers something different. Our emotional reactions come from our thoughts and how we choose to interpret things. Which means we actually get to choose our response. Instead of letting an insult knock you sideways, you can treat it as a rep, a chance to build patience and self-awareness. Every time you resist that urge to snap back, you're strengthening a mental muscle. And like any muscle, it needs daily reps. Start small. Set little daily goals for staying composed, and each win builds your confidence a bit more. Stay present. Get curious about your own emotions instead of just reacting to them. Think about a baker who shows up every single day just to get a little better at their craft. unbothered by criticism, unmoved by flattery, just focused on the work. That single-mindedness is where real freedom comes from. Guarding your mind means setting boundaries around what gets in. You wouldn't let garbage pile up in your living room. So why let toxic people, negative self-talk, or junk media clutter your headspace? Fill that space instead with things that actually build you up. Good books, real conversations, people who genuinely support you. This isn't some ancient relic. It's a genuinely useful modern tool. And no, it's not about bottling things up. It's about understanding your emotions deeply enough to respond in a way that actually lines up with your values. Mindfulness and meditation help here. They create a little gap between what happens and how you react, and that gap is where your power lives. Also, try building a growth mindset. Treat obstacles as opportunities instead of threats. Every difficulty becomes a chance to get sharper, not just something to survive. This is a lifelong practice, choosing again and again to focus on what's actually yours to control. Your thoughts, your responses, your attitude. Little by little, the outside world starts losing its grip on your inner peace. 3. Handle criticism with grace. Epictetus taught something freeing here. We can't control what other people think or say about us, but we absolutely control how much power we give that criticism. Everybody sees the world through their own lens, and those lenses won't always match ours. That's just normal. The real starting point for handling criticism well is knowing yourself. When you're clear on why you do what you do, and it lines up with your values, harsh words start to lose their sting. That self-understanding becomes a kind of shield. So when criticism lands, pause before reacting. Ask yourself, is there any truth buried in there? Sometimes even blunt, poorly delivered feedback has a nugget of value worth extracting. That doesn't mean swallowing every criticism whole, but staying open to it shows maturity. Stoicism also leans hard on patience and gentleness. Patience keeps you composed. Gentleness keeps your relationships intact, even when people push back on you. Think about people throughout history who faced real hostility with quiet steadiness, never abandoning what they believed in. Part of handling criticism well is developing thicker skin, not becoming numb, just more resilient. A lot of the time, criticism says more about the person giving it, their own frustrations, insecurities, than it says about you. Once you see that, you can depersonalize it. You get to choose what's useful and let the rest go. And if the criticism's coming from someone close to you, a friend, family, it's often worth having an actual conversation. Ask what they meant. Share your side calmly. That kind of honest back and forth usually strengthens the relationship rather than damaging it. When people watch you take criticism with grace instead of defensiveness, it tends to earn respect. You become, almost without trying, a bit of a role model. 4. Transform offense into growth. Here's a big one from Epictetus. It's not events themselves that shake us. It's our interpretation of them. So when someone offends you, it's not really their words doing the damage. It's your reaction to those words, which means the power to decide how much it affects you was always yours. That's liberating. But let's be clear, it's not about pretending you don't feel hurt or angry. Those feelings are real and valid. Stoicism just asks you to notice them without letting them drive the car. There's a small gap between the moment something happens and how you respond to it. And that gap is everything. One useful trick: cognitive reframing. When you feel offended, Try flipping the angle. Instead of, "How dare they?" ask, "What can I actually take from this?" You don't have to agree with the person, but you might find a lesson worth keeping. Say a friend criticizes a choice you've made. Instead of getting defensive, consider whether there's something real in it, or whether it's simply a chance to reaffirm what you already believe. Empathy helps too. Ask yourself, what might be going on in the other person's life that led them to act that way? It's not about excusing bad behavior. It's about remembering that everyone's carrying something. And then there's forgiveness, probably the hardest one. Holding a grudge is like drinking poison and hoping the other person feels it. Choosing to forgive isn't about condoning what happened. It's about releasing its grip on you. It's a gift, really, one you give yourself. Every offense you move through builds resilience, the same way resistance builds muscle. This isn't an overnight fix. It takes patience and repetition. But each time you choose to transform an offense, instead of just reacting to it, you make the next one a little easier to handle. 5. Face fear and shame directly. Epictetus noticed something interesting. It's we who assign meaning to events, and in doing so, we create our own fear and shame. Those feelings aren't baked into the situation. They're built from how we interpret it. Once you get that, you can start actually changing the pattern. Fear usually comes from the unknown, or from imagining the worst. It's meant to protect us, but left unchecked, it can quietly take over. Stoicism says, face it head on. Ask yourself specifically what you're afraid of. Break it into pieces. Say you're scared of public speaking. Dig in, and you'll often find the fear is about being judged or messing up. But most audiences aren't there to tear you apart. They're there to listen. And even a stumble isn't the end of the world. Every speaker has one. Preparation and repeated exposure chip away at that fear until it's manageable. Shame runs deeper. A sense of being flawed or unworthy, often rooted in old mistakes or outside pressure. Stoicism says, meet it with courage and self-compassion. Accept the imperfection, learn from it, and refuse to let it define you. If you're carrying shame over something you did, don't let it fester. Look at it directly, understand why it happened, and ask what it's actually teaching you. Self-forgiveness matters here too. Shame keeps you stuck in a loop of self-judgment. Forgiving yourself, without excusing the mistake, is what lets you actually move forward. Practically, start small. Expose yourself gradually to what triggers fear or shame, and treat each round as a learning rep. Lean on people you trust. Sharing what scares or shames you is often more freeing than carrying it alone, and you'll usually find others have walked something similar. 6. Anticipate obstacles. Epictetus suggested imagining potential difficulties ahead of time so you're not caught flat-footed. This isn't pessimism, it's realism. When you've already thought through what could go wrong, you're not blindsided when it actually does. There's an old Stoic exercise for this, sometimes called the premeditation of adversity. Before something big, a meeting, a decision, a trip, take a few minutes to picture what might go sideways. Tech failing, tough questions, your own nerves. By walking through it mentally beforehand, you soften the shock if it actually happens. This isn't about dwelling in negativity, it's mental rehearsal. It builds the kind of resilience that keeps you composed when things wobble. It also means staying flexible because life rarely follows the script exactly. Rigid expectations just set you up for disappointment. Balance matters too. Yes, think through the risks, but also take stock of your actual strengths, skills, and support system. That balance keeps you prepared without tipping into anxiety. And this habit builds patience over time. When you expect challenges as a given, you stop chasing instant results and start valuing persistence. Reflecting regularly on what's worked before and what hasn't sharpens your instincts for what's coming next. And staying mindful in the moment helps you catch early warning signs before they turn into real problems. 7. Build inner strength. Epictetus said it plainly. It's not what happens to you, it's how you respond to it. Real power was never about controlling your circumstances. It's about mastering your own reactions. Whether it's blunt criticism from someone you trust or a setback you didn't see coming, you always have a choice in how you respond, and that choice shapes who you become. Inner strength starts with self-awareness, noticing your emotions without getting swept away by them, not suppressing them, just observing them clearly enough to understand where they're coming from. That awareness is step 1. Stoicism also draws a hard line between what's within your control and what isn't. You can't control other people's actions or opinions, but you can control your own attitude and response. Focusing your energy there, instead of on things outside your control, is genuinely empowering. Forgiveness shows up again here too. Grudges drain your energy and cloud your judgment, so letting go without excusing harm frees up space for healing. Resilience is built the same way muscle is, through friction. Every setback is a rep. Over time, that practice makes you more adaptable and less rattled by life's swings. Community matters too. Surround yourself with people who lift you up. Engage with ideas that stretch your thinking. And if you have a spiritual practice, lean on it. Gratitude helps as well. Shifting focus from what's missing to what's already there builds emotional resilience and balance. And don't underestimate vulnerability. Owning your fears and insecurities isn't weakness. It's just being human. Facing them with courage instead of denial is actually what turns them into strength. 8. Practice restraint. This one's about creating a pause between what happens and what you do next. Take driving in traffic. Someone cuts you off, and the instinct is instant anger, maybe even road rage. Stoicism says, pause. Ask yourself if reacting will actually improve anything. Usually it won't. Choosing calm here keeps you in control instead of the situation controlling you. Restraint also shows up in delayed gratification. We live in a world wired for instant rewards, but Stoicism values patience, working steadily towards something bigger instead of chasing quick fixes. That builds real discipline over time. It matters just as much in how we speak. In heated moments, it's easy to say things we regret. Before speaking, ask, does this reflect my values? Is this actually constructive? Speaking with intention instead of just venting builds stronger, more respectful relationships. Practicing restraint takes ongoing self-awareness. It might mean setting personal boundaries, building better habits, or leaning on mindfulness when impulses spike. If procrastination's your thing, build a structure that keeps you on track. If anger's the issue, find a technique that helps you settle before you speak or act. It also means favoring reason over impulse, actually gathering information and weighing outcomes before making a big call, rather than reacting on gut alone. And to be clear, restraint isn't passivity. It's being deliberate. It's understanding that your choices have consequences and owning that. A little daily reflection. Where did I lose control today? What set it off? How could I handle it differently? Sharpens this skill over time. Add in a regular mindfulness practice, and your ability to pause before reacting gets noticeably stronger. 9. Practice acceptance. Acceptance is really the first move toward effective action. When we fight reality, we just burn energy and create suffering that didn't need to exist. Lose a job, for example. It's natural to feel upset. But acceptance lets you pivot fast, updating your resume, reaching out to your network, exploring what's next. That's what actually moves you forward, instead of staying stuck in resistance. Mindfulness helps build this muscle, observing your thoughts and feelings without immediately judging them. Over time, that builds a real foundation of steadiness, even amid uncertainty. Acceptance isn't giving up. It's finding strength inside hardship. Every challenging moment holds a lesson if you're willing to look for it. What can this teach me? How does it make me stronger? That mental shift turns obstacles into stepping stones rather than dead ends. It also means letting go of perfectionism. Chasing flawlessness in your work, relationships, or personal life just breeds stress and dissatisfaction. Accepting that perfection was never actually attainable lets you appreciate real progress instead, not lowering your standards, just recognizing that imperfection is simply part of being human. Gratitude reinforces all of this. Focusing on what you have instead of what's missing shifts you from a scarcity mindset to one of abundance and helps you see the good even in hard seasons. And acceptance extends to how we see other people. We often carry expectations of how others should act and get frustrated when reality doesn't match. Accepting people as they are, flaws and all, doesn't mean tolerating harm, but it does open the door to more honest, less frustrated relationships. 10. Live according to nature. The Stoics believed living well meant living in tune with our rational, social nature, recognizing our actual place in the world and acting accordingly. That starts with real self-awareness, understanding who you actually are, separate from outside expectations or social pressure. It also means accepting life's natural cycles. Just like seasons shift, our lives move through growth, stability, decline, and renewal. Accepting that rhythm, instead of resisting it, makes transitions a lot smoother. Living this way means actually building virtues, wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. Wisdom helps you see clearly and choose well. Courage gives you the nerve to face hard things. Justice keeps your relationships fair and honest. Discipline keeps you balanced. Together, these line your actions up with your deeper, rational nature. We are also social by nature, wired for connection. Living according to nature means recognizing how interdependent we all are and showing up for the people around us with empathy and cooperation. That's part of fulfilling who we actually are. Simplicity matters here too. In a world full of noise and distraction, stripping things back to what genuinely matters, real relationships, meaningful work, personal growth, creates space for actual fulfillment instead of just more stuff. Gratitude and acceptance round this out, letting go of the need to control every single outcome, trusting the process, and appreciating what's already here. And since we're part of the natural world, living this way also means being mindful of our impact on it, making sustainable choices, respecting the balance of things around us. Mindfulness ties it all together, really. Staying present enough to make intentional choices that actually reflect who you are, instead of just reacting on autopilot. So, as we wrap up here, The real takeaway from all of this is that true power was never about controlling the world around you. It's about mastering your own mind and your own actions. Take these principles, sit with them, and let them guide you toward a steadier, more resilient, more genuinely peaceful way of living. Thanks for spending this time with us. If this was useful, go ahead and check out one of the other videos on screen. Stay grounded, stay steady, and keep walking your own path toward wisdom.